All right, we're live. We're back. I'm here with Miles. Miles, what's up, man?
What's up, bro? Yeah, I'm doing great. Doing really good. Bitcoin's went down big yesterday and then came back up today. You could have made like an 8%, 7% return on Bitcoin if you bought it yesterday and sold it today. I'm not brave enough.
Okay.
I'm not brave enough to do that. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you playing the markets like that? Like
no,
trying to
no.
catch dips and stuff? It's
Like
challenging, but
thing is,
it's doable.
I've been buying all the way down. So and I went hard at like $75,000 or something. I tried to buy a load there because I thought, oh man, 70 is probably the bottom, so I'm just going to try and buy a load here. And so I haven't really got any cash that I can deploy right now until maybe middle of next month. So no, I'm not really playing that game. I was not expecting 60k Bitcoin, so I was expecting 70 was to be the new bottom, because that was the sort of bottom of the all-time high last cycle. But yeah, quite a wild ride. It's I made a podcast. All my podcasts at the moment for my show are just about like buying the dip, keeping yourself in your mindset right, trying to don't freak out when other people sell and people are saying Bitcoin's going to die, not watching the news headlines, just trying to understand the fundamentals of Bitcoin. It's kind of the season we're in right now, isn't it? The building stage. Like, don't watch the price. Everyone I speak to who really knows about Bitcoin's like, let's not watch the price unless you're buying, and don't let it freak you out.
Yeah, that sounds like sound advice. I've been watching. You've been creating more content, right? How's that going? I saw you've been doing interviews and stuff like that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I just got invited on a couple of podcasts or just conversations where I just got brought on to a few things. There's a guy called Gary who does the Bitcoin and Me podcast. He's sort of become a friend now. He runs a conference he's a cool guy, man. He runs a conference in England in like a small town. It's like a real market village, like so picturesque. Like the buildings are like hundreds of years old. I don't know. I don't want to overstate it, but some of the oldest municipal buildings in the UK, I think they're like 800 years old or something like that. And they have a conference inside there. And it's just him and a buddy, I think he's an accountant, and he just thought, yeah, let's just do a conference. Invited a bunch of people, and hundreds of people showed up to his conference. It was cool. And it was really chilled out as well. Like, there's no backstage or VIP area. All the speakers were sort of mingling around outside. I got to chat to some quite big Bitcoin guys outside, and just really cool vibe. So he's got a podcast called Bitcoin and Me, it's basically just talking about how you got into Bitcoin, but he goes a bit deeper into like your first memories of money, and it's a bit more like a bit more personal than just a Bitcoin discussion show. I really like it. I've been a listener to it for a long time, and nice to go on it.
What's the scene like in UK, like with the podcasting, the Bitcoin scene? I know you've been hosting meetups. I had someone ping me the other day about it. Right, was it Rahul? He said,
Yeah.
I don't know, was that a Bitcoin meetup? Was that like a fake?
Yeah, it was a fake Bitcoin meetup. Yeah.
Yeah. So how's the scene down there?
Yeah, I feel like one of my other buddies runs a meetup in Battersea, which is really close to where I live in London, and he started it in August. I think he's got like 110 people in the meetup group now, and in the like Telegram group, not that many people come every time, but the fact that he just started in August, there's like a lot of people who are engaging in there, and it's one of the best Telegram groups that I'm in terms of Bitcoin discussion and content. I basically get all my information about Bitcoin from that Telegram group because there's a couple of really cool people in there. It's quite a good scene. There's only a few big players in the UK in terms of podcasting though, and they're not big in the world. Obviously, What Bitcoin Did is the biggest podcast with but now that's not really based in the UK. It's the guy Danny does it in Australia now. But I think he's an English guy. So I don't know. There's not like any huge content creators in the UK. There's obviously British Hoddle. Do you know that guy?
Of course, yeah. I mean, the Indian guy, right?
Yeah.
Is he an Indian guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your take on him?
Like, he says okay stuff. Like, he's got good insights. But I mean, if he hears this, he can come at me. I don't care. He's just not that nice. He doesn't come across as a nice guy, and he's not the sort of person that I just stopped following him because he's just so angry and he's always cussing people and like super aggressive the whole time. And I don't think he's a very tough guy. He's sort of like quite a chubby sort of Indian dude, like one of my uncles.
Uh-oh,
Right?
shots fired. I thought it
I
was
know,
gonna be a
right?
regular chat with Sonny and Miles, but all right.
Right, shots fired.
No, but it's funny. I've heard that from more than a handful of people about him. Like he's just got a punchable face. I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
He's
I'm
like
kidding. He's a nice
he's like
guy,
one of my
I'm
sort
sure.
of uncles from when I was a kid. And it just maybe I just get triggered by that sort of vibe when he's kind of quite aggressive and attacking other people. I just think, dude, you're like a really angry guy. I don't know if he's like, maybe in real life he's really sweet. He's like really lovely with his wife or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
no,
online,
I'm
maybe
just
that's his Twitter
I'm
vibe.
just kidding around. I don't want the BTC. What is it? What's his name again? British Huddle.
British Huddle, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want his community coming after me. So I'll love. Interesting, man. So I have. Yeah, no, I was gonna ask you another thing. Oh, any new progress on just the music front? You remember you were telling us about, I don't know, just did you have another session with everyone, or how's that going?
Basically, no. I had a meeting with sort of like a record label last week, and they are hopefully going to help fund the recording of another album, because we had this songwriting camp where a load of us went away and wrote a bunch of songs. There's probably, we wrote 26 songs in 3 days. There are a lot of people there. But in reality, there's probably 5, 6, 7 good songs that we would like to record. But I don't really want to fund that myself anymore. It's just it's an endless hole, money pit, that your money can just go down because then you start doing video and you start filming everything really professionally. It's just costing so much money. And me and Beck said, we're not spending more money on this like last year. So now I'm going down the avenue of hopefully partnering with someone where at least we can go 50-50. And then that company will have a vested interest in making the content create revenue. Whereas I don't really know, once we get into the other side of the music, I don't really have much experience of how to create revenue from that music, apart from by accident. So I don't have any background in that at all. But if we're partnered with someone, then that really helps, just because if they're invested, then they have an interest in making sure that the music gets out there and works more, because they need to get their money back.
Yeah.
In the music thing though, and crossing over with AI, me and my kids have got really into watching, do you know Tiny Desk? Have you ever heard of that? It's like, basically, I think it's NPR, the company NPR in the US. They're like a music company, and they started doing these little live sessions with some of the artists, some like mainstream music artists, in their office. I think that's how it started. And it's become this huge thing on YouTube over the last bunch of years, where different artists will come through, set up a little set, but it'd be like a stripped back set. So they won't have like full band. It will be sort of a bunch of small instruments, and they'll play a couple of their songs, but they're literally behind the desks of some NPR reporters in, I don't know which city it's in, probably New York or something. But it's super cool, live, stripped back, and it just shows how good some of these musicians are, and they're just next level. And they obviously bring with them their top session musicians to play as well. And it's so freaking cool. And been watching it quite a lot with our kids, and I was saying to them, this is actually something that you could do. This is a legit reason to play music, because like we play around with Sono. Is it Sono AI, like the music creation software? Super cool. Like, Suno, yeah. And it can make some really cool tunes, even if you're like a nothing person. And it kind of can make you feel bummed out. What's the point of making music anymore? But even if some of those AI artists get massive on streaming platforms, you're not able to go and see those artists live, are you? It's not possible. So I think there's always going to be a super cool experiential market to go and see live musicians play music live. And if you're some of the best musicians in the world, there'll always be a way to be working and doing a job where you'd be able to play live music, because AI can make cool music to listen to, but you're not going to be able to go to a live show and get that. It's just the feeling of the energy of when these people are playing live. It's so good. Tiny Desk, man. It's definitely, you can watch it for hours. It's so cool.
Yeah. Oh, there's definitely a distinction. It's kind of like that chess thing I was telling you about, right? Where, chess, most computers can kick, even my iPhone, I think, can beat the best chess player in the world now, right?
Yeah.
And so It doesn't mean that, I'm not challenging my friends to chess and watching like who the best chess player is in the world. There's something about humans that I think it's still going to be. In fact, I think there's going to be more of a premium probably in the future.
Yeah, I think so.
To anything that has, humans in the loop. But not to discount AI. Like I think I've been telling you now for a couple of months that like my workout track, for example, they're all songs that I crafted and that are essentially about my goals and my dream and my life. But it's got the same beat and the vibe as like, Weekend, Drake, like the stuff I listen to. So it's like my content with my vibe. I don't know. I mean, that's pretty wild, right? That you could have, like, I have songs for each of my kids and they jam out to it. Like each one has, like Golden Girl. They'll be like, this is so good. So, in one way, I'm kind of fulfilling this dream that I always had of like being a musician, which I kind of realized I'm probably never going to get to at one point. But it's like, wait, hold on. The Suno thing is pretty sick.
Yeah.
So I know we have a couple of topics on deck, right? Money. Should we do a little run through? I mean, I've been reading these notes. It's pretty wild. I mean, again, I'm like you. I've been a bit disconnected from kind of the day to day. I find it's conducive to like a higher quality of life, like not paying attention to the news and like the ups and downs. And I kind of like this better where we're just like doing a little recap at the end of the week. So I don't feel like I'm totally out of it. We're catching other people up. But at the same time, like the whole, like Twitter 24/7, it's too much. Yeah. So Bitcoin, nothing too interesting. The price is kind of hovering around the same thing. Seems like there's a bit of noise around Trump's tariffs got struck down. Wow, that's kind of massive. Wow. Okay. So what? They deemed it illegal? Was it the Supreme Court?
Yeah. And isn't Trump writing, whenever he writes Supreme Court now, he writes it all in lowercase letters, like Supreme Court in like small.
I have someone was telling me about that are triggered. Triggered by Trump. They hate him. They hate him. And I just find him, I mean, it's super comical. Like he's just so funny. Like, how is it that the most powerful man on earth has made his arch nemesis Rosie O'Donnell? Like he would go on blast. Like he just got into power. He's like, I'm coming after Rosie. Like
it's like he doesn't have any of that statesmanship vibe to just like squash beef. He's just like, I'm coming for you individually.
Yeah. I mean, I woke up to the fact that the mechanism of the state is highly erroneous. It's like kind of flawed to its core. But then you get some guy like Trump come in and just, mess things up and I don't know, do whatever the hell he wants and just make up shit. And I don't know. I again, look, I don't mean to like, belittle this or like, or make people who get triggered by him, like seem like they're on the wrong. It's just comical. I don't know. I mean, what are we going to do about it? Stress about it? We can't even control this shit. This is like beyond our...
Sometimes I can speak to my wife's parents. They're lovely people, but they're so triggered by Trump and just think he's like the worst person ever. I mean, I just don't care enough to feel like if you think he's the worst person ever, who are you choosing who's better? And are you able from your seat in the UK to be able to judge who's a great guy and who's not a great guy? I mean, really, is the world any different? Not massively. I mean, it just means that people just get triggered by stuff more often. And I don't know, dude. I just feel that that's what the whole point of the media cycle is for, is to draw you in and just get you scared and talking about stuff that's not even important to your life at all. And that's what a lot of people are doing, really.
Yeah, I remember I told you I read that book. I think you said you started making your way through it. Like, I haven't read all of it, but reality transurfing. Yeah. I mean, I just remember two of my takeaways from that book, both of which I think I'm trying to implement. One is this idea of like pendulums, which is just essentially that the whole world is comprised of these energy bodies, these like groups of people that think in a certain way, and they're always trying to suck energy away from you. And you could argue the political system is that at large. I mean, you could technically argue even church to some extent is that, family could be that, right? Like it's not in a, but, and they're always extracting energy, right? So it's sometimes nice to just be able to like hone in on what your mission is and your vision is and put everything else aside and just lock in. And I just find all these things, right? Like Trump and COVID and this and that. There's always, it's Russia. Oh, next week it's China and it's this and it's that. And it's always Iran. Oh, now it's Iran. Iran's a bad guy. Now we're going after. I just can't take it. Like I can't take it because I have zero impact on any of this. I can't sway it one way or the other yet. It can be debilitating. It can feel very heavy and like, oh my God, nothing's working out. Oh, the world is falling apart. But it's not. Like, look around. Like oxygen, trees, lifting weights, eating steak, family is good, kids walking around butt naked. I mean, life is pretty freaking awesome if you look at just kind of like what's happening around you. Gold is ripping. Holy shit. Okay,
is it?
I don't know. I'm reading through some of my notes here.
That's like, my equivalent of being triggered by Trump is when gold is ripping. I'm like, oh, no.
Okay, the markets love the tariff thing, I guess. Canada said walls closing in. All right. I love how Canada's like the little brother trying to like, somehow stand up to big brother. And it's like, the power dynamics. I'm here for it. Okay, so strategies, 100th BTC purchase. You go, Michael Saylor. Oh, they also had their big event last week. I know a bunch of people that went to that. So Saylor's still doing his Saylor thing.
Yeah.
So all the power to him. And happy to see that he's just so much conviction, And the, what is it? Crypto sentiment gauge stuck in extreme fear most of February.
All the time. The
Sailor's just like Pac-Man mode, just eating, just gobbling all the Bitcoin up. Like, oh, what a boss. He will deserve all that is coming to him. He's going to be so wealthy. It's insane.
Yeah, and if he's got time to just hold it out, fair play to him. Like I things we're kind of doing it in our own way, like in small ways, but I don't have the like cash flow that he's got. It's amazing that his business he has time to even run his software business, or that someone's running that for him. Or has his software business been growing, or is he not even do anything anymore? Like, you don't even hear anything.
From what I read and could gather, the AI part of his business is tiny. It's like maybe sub like 1% of like the whole business's income and just reason for being, right? Like they've taken a hard pivot towards Bitcoin, like it's Bitcoin or die type of thing. And man, like so I've got a point here. The men who will be wealthy in 5 years are buying right now while feeling terrible about it. So I think the play right now is, at least for me, is like, just step back and figure out, like, have you ever heard of the term Ikigai?
Oh yeah. It's like the Japanese.
You have? There's this beautiful image. I'm sure people have seen this. This is like pretty popular. You've seen this image, right? The one where you have like the 4 circles that come together. I was gonna do a screen share here.
Do a screen share.
Screen share screen. Let's see. There we go. So I don't know. I mean, I know this is a bit divergent from our normal topic, but I just love this kind of stuff, man. So whoops, I zoomed in a little bit too hard there. So Ikigai, right? This is like a Japanese term. It's what you love, Bitcoin, what you're good at, Bitcoin. Okay. So what you're good at, what you can be paid for, and what the world needs, right? So the intersection of that is your Ikigai. So what you love, what you're good at, what you can be paid for, and what the world needs. So my, advice to people nowadays is that, Bitcoin is the escape hatch. Bitcoin is your savings account. Bitcoin is where you want to save your money for the long term. But the challenge that I come across more and more with everyone I meet is, I get it, Sonny. You've been talking about it for 13 freaking years. I get it. Bitcoin is the future of money, but how do I make more of it? Like, I've got bills, I've got taxes, I've got interest on loans. I've got to put my kids through school. I mean, it's impossible. There's always more month than money, right? And so I think the unlock is, and I truly believe that AI and Bitcoin and perhaps robotics and all of these things are pushing all of us towards Ikigai. Like it's putting us in a position where you have no choice but to embrace what you love, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, and what you're good at. Like let's say your mission is to educate people online and you needed to whip up a website. Well, guess what? That would have taken you 6 months, but not anymore. Miles pulls up Replit and bada bing, bada boom. He's got something that looks like something that maybe would have cost, I don't know, $250,000 maybe a couple years ago to build. And it's like, it's just like that, right? That speed of thought. So that's what I'm encouraging myself to do, my friends to do, is to find what are you good at? What do you love? What does the world need? What can you be paid for? And do that ad nauseum, do that to the end of the earth. And then after you do that, don't blow all your money, right? Live modestly, find enjoyment in oxygen, family, friends, faith, just life. And then and put the rest away for into Bitcoins, smash buy Bitcoin and just save it. And I know it's tough, it's not easy. And this is why, more and more I try and focus, at least for myself, on just putting myself in a position where I'm feeling good every day and I'm doing good. Hey, I know last week I ended off the call by saying I haven't been working out all that much. I wanted to report back. Today was the first day I didn't work out. So every day this week has been, at the gym. And that makes a hell of a difference. Like people would ask me for the last few days, I wake up, it's like, hey, how's it going? I'd be like, great. Like I worked out this morning. Like there is no way today can go badly. Like when you hit the gym, you lift the weights, you do the swimming in the hot tub and the sauna and the cold plunge, like you are destined for success. So I don't know. I feel like I'm babbling a bit. Maybe you take it over a little bit.
Well, recap on last week as well. What you said to me towards the end of the call was there's nothing happening other than right now. This is the only moment like the future is not real. The past has happened. It's dead. That really helped me, dude, because I think that night my sister's birthday, and she came around with her husband, and my other sister and her husband came around. We were just in the kitchen, just catching jokes, just laughing so much. My two brother-in-laws are so funny. They're just so. I mean, they're both a little bit younger than me, but I just have this major crush on them because I just find them so funny. And I just always feel like not funny when I'm with them, but they were making me laugh so much. And my sister was crying, and my wife was crying, laughing. And I was just there laughing with everyone, thinking about what you said, thinking this is the only thing that's important right now, is laughing super hard with my family. And the kids were like around, but they didn't even know what we were laughing about. They were coming over to be like, what's so funny? And it's just you, when you're laughing that much, you can't tell someone because the moment was passed as well. So I was, I'm really grateful for that. And you said that to me last week, because I've thought it a few times where I've just thought, this is it. Like I'm thinking about tomorrow, but like I'm with a child sitting on my lap right now. So why am I thinking about tomorrow? This is the only thing that's important. That was really cool, bro. That really helped me. I hope some other people heard.
No, that has literally been, Miles, one of the biggest unlocks of my life. And it came in the form of Eckhart Tolle's book. I don't know if we've talked about that, The Power of Now. He has a book called The Power of Now, and he talks about Christ in there quite a bit. Right. And the power that's probably up there for me in top 3 books that's like completely changed my worldview. And he starts the book off talking about how he went into essentially a super like deep depression, was suicidal, like just wanted to end it all, and then boom, one day just woke up and saw the light, and his recognition was that, which is that the only thing that exists is this moment, like now, that's it. And when you can zero in on now, it's like you cannot, I mean, it's really difficult to be stressed unless you just stubbed your toe, of course, or something is happening in that moment. But even that, like if you just breathe in during that toe stub and kind of just take it in and realize that it's just neural signals like in your brain. It's not going to be the end of the world. You can just like lock in on the moment, and it helps when you're in meetings. It helps when you're with your kids. Like I came home yesterday from the gym, and the kid was just like, Danny was like screaming at the top of his lungs, and I get upstairs and I see my wife, and she's just like, not to take anything away from her, it's like she was just like frustrated. And with kids, they act as like this mirror, right? Like if you're frustrated, they will be like 10x more frustrated type of thing, right? But like, because I had, the good fortune of being able to work out and do my thing, I came in and just grabbed them and just kind of like throw him into a different state, almost like distract him a little bit, and then now all of a sudden his crying is gone. So it's like, oh man. And that's kind of like the world at large, right? Like if you're feeling frustrated inside, it will show up in your day. Like somebody will tell you off, or somebody will look at you a certain way, and you're like, just reconfirms everything I'm feeling. And I don't know.
This guy called Joel. Have you ever listened to Joel Osteen? He's like one of those major Christian pastors, like mega.
Bro, I've seen him live. My parents lived in Houston for like 10 years, and I saw it. My wife took me. Yeah, he's got what a setup. Like he's like 10,000 people or something. Yeah, I've been to his thing. It's cool. I wish I had his hair.
So good. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's such a cool. And actually, some of my really good friends have spent time with him and like know his kids really well, and have like led worship in his church and stuff. And he's very polarizing in the Christian world, because some people just think he's pure prosperity gospel. He doesn't talk about sin enough. There's like a bunch of things people don't like about him. But his messages are so great. They're so uplifting. They always talk about the Bible and like qualify it with some theology at some point. I love listening to him. I just thought I'd mention that to you, because I think that's kind of, for me, if I just go for pure bro productivity mindset content, it doesn't quite hit in the same way as something that he hits on. He kind of has got that like productivity, positive mindset stuff going on as well. Like he's big on that, but it's all rooted in some really old Bible theology stuff. So I think you really enjoy. If you've been
Can you give an example of like, I don't know, something that he said that hit?
I think I listened to him yesterday. I think he'll be talking about he was talking about the tension between praying for stuff that you want to happen in the future and also being content right now. And if you spend your whole time looking forward to like, when I get that, he like rolls off all the things. It's always like, you want to get that house you want to get that career that you want to get into, you want to meet your spouse, or you want to sign off that medical report. He's just like lists off all the things that connects with everybody. He's like, when you get that thing, if you're too focused on it, you'll just be ready for the next thing, and you won't spend time celebrating the things that God has already done in your life. So it's like a bit the sort of vibe that we would talk about, focusing right now on what's important. But he also just mixes in some Bible verses that kind of qualify it as well, which for me is sort of ancient wisdom, or like godly wisdom. And then he makes you feel like, okay, he's not just making this stuff up. Like he's not just coming up with it himself because he's like a productivity bro. It's coming from somewhere, and it's coming from somewhere deep. And I sort of feel like the Bible is a deep vibe. But yeah, I thought I'd just mention that to you because I thought you'd really like him.
So muted there, but yeah, no, I do like him. I like him, and I like church. Like I used to. I mean, I'm saying that, but I probably haven't been in a month with my wife. But I kind of get what church is doing, as in, or at least like my take on it. You walk in and everybody's singing. First off, and they're all singing together, and they're singing happy music, and then you go into these speeches where there's storytelling, and every story is like you're bawling because they're so powerful. And so I feel like, remember I kept saying, is like feeling is everything. I never realized how important feeling good is. Like I used to always think, once I get fill in the blank, then I will feel happy, ecstatic, abundant, whatever. But I had the formula backwards. The formula is the opposite. It's like, when I feel good, good things will happen. And so church has tapped into that like in a very, esoteric, but like a real way as well, where you're just like, you feel great, right? Like you're surrounded by people that are there for each other, and they're, like I said, telling stories, they're singing, and you can't help but feel good. And so, yeah, I don't know. I mean, saying all that, I feel like I should be getting back on the horse. My wife on Sundays, she's so disciplined with the kids. Every night she reads, the Bible to them, and my kids can't go to sleep at night without, like even if my wife is gone or whatever, they'll be like, "Oh, Daddy, you got to read it for us." Like, so yeah, it's good. It's good, and I think there's just creates like a positive kind of vibe around the house. Hey man, so mindset. What do we got on mindset? So I'm just reading off here. IBM tripling entry level hiring.
Do you want to say about that?
It's kind of AI, huh? The entry level jobs from 2 to 3 years ago, AI can do most of them. You have to rewrite every job, not replace. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like spitting out something here that doesn't even make sense. The narrative flip. Everyone said AI kills junior jobs. IBM says companies that cut entry-level pipelines will face mid-level talent shortages in 3 to 5 years. Amen. Short-term thinking versus long-term building. Yeah, I love taking these like counter narratives and running with them too. And I think I flagged this maybe 2 weeks ago. Mistral, no, not Mistral, the one that was just acquired, Grok, GROQ, that was acquired by NVIDIA. The CEO was saying something along these lines, which is that AI will lead to an excess number of jobs, not, job loss, which to me really resonates, right? Because every human is far more capable. How can it be that each of our capacity 10x's, 100x's, and all of a sudden will be leading to less prosperity? Like, to me, it feels pretty obvious. And yes, I think there will be a bit of like arbitrage opportunity for those who lean in and learn and tinker and play and get their hands wet with this tech versus those who are like afraid and, I'll figure it out, 10 years down the road. I think there lies perhaps a real threat, right? Because if you have something that gives you that kind of, like, dude, I don't know if I know we've been talking about OpenClaw, but have you been playing with Claudebot? And sorry, not Claudebot. What is it called? Claude Code, Claude Cowork. So do you use Claude at all?
No, I don't really use Claude actually. The other day I jumped on it and then I was like, I'm just gonna go back to ChatGPT because I'm just so used to it.
So Claude has this thing where you can download the desktop. There's like a desktop app and it sits on your desktop, and they've got essentially 3. Actually, I was gonna share my screen here if you want to see it. So, but it's insane. So this is that desktop version, right? And you see here you have chat. So this is like chat, just like normal ChatGPT. But Miles, there's something called Cowork. And this thing, essentially, let this sink in, has access to your computer. So I could be like, optimize my week, and it'll go to my calendar, it'll go to my, I don't know, email, and it'll do research and be like, Sonny, you have a 2-hour window today. I think you should do blah, blah, blah because you've been sitting on it. Or I could be like, organize all the desktop files that I have, put them into nice folders. Or, hey, go organize my Google Drive. Okay, so this is, and again, admittedly, I haven't gone like ham with this stuff, but this is on my chopping block for this weekend, is I want to like learn Cowork like nobody. And then next week, I want to attack Claude Code. And all my smartest friends are like going crazy about this stuff, right? Claude Code is even more powerful, where you essentially, again, this is almost like the terminal, where you can, like, the terminal, right? It's so like scary, like black, and it's like, I don't know how the codes and all that. Well, bro, you don't need to no more. You could literally just be like, yo, create a file and call it Miles is awesome. And in the file, design a software that does this. Like, you're just speaking English.
Yeah,
we all now have the capacity to just live our best life, straight up. So the only thing that's missing is desire and like just setting a goal or an intention and just getting after it. But yeah, man, I'm having fun with it. Yeah, you go ahead. What's up?
Well, I just think like they're not moving on to our notes. We just got this stuff about like 10 times AI making you 10 times productive, and then is that actually really great? Does it fill the calendar 10 times more? We talked about it before, but in the stillness, the match scenario stillness thing, dude, like, I'm not trying to stunt, but this week, I've been doing this thing, this Exodus thing, which is like one of the elements is silent prayer for an hour.
Yes.
So I haven't been doing that well at the silent prayer thing for 1 hour. Like some weeks I'll do 20 minutes of listening to music and prayer, and like some weeks I'll do like 10. Some days I won't do any. But this week I've done 2 blocks, Monday, Tuesday, no, 3 blocks of 30 minutes of just sitting in silence. I like listen to the teaching in the app for this thing I'm doing. It's a little bit of Bible, a little bit of like Bible teaching. And then I make a coffee and I just sit in the chair, switch my phone off. I just sit there for 30 minutes and it's so good. By the time you get to about 25 minutes, you start getting some ideas and some clarity. And I had a couple of ideas in both 30-minute sessions. And it's also just super great to sit there and do nothing and think, okay, all the stuff that I thought of just runs through your head for the first 15 minutes. And you're thinking about such useless stuff. And then you look at your watch and you've only done like 2 minutes. And then you get to 15 and you start thinking, okay, no, I've been here for a while. It's actually amazing. And it's also the thing about this Exodus 90 men's Christian Bible group thing is the tagline for it is become uncommonly free. So to be uncommon is the kind of tagline of it. And I like it. I think it is very uncommon to not be stimulated for half an hour and have any, like I don't normally ever do that. Like if I've got 30 minutes, I'm going to listen to a podcast, I'm going to read something, I'm going to watch something on YouTube. I'm not going to just sit there and do nothing for 30 minutes. It's almost counter to what's common from everybody else. And it probably feels weird doing this on social media, like broadcasting to socials, but really the best thing that people should do is just, as soon as this is finished, just switch off and have like 20 minutes of silence. And just, it's really hard. It's really hard. And I think that in the future, that it could potentially be a superpower to be able to do nothing and not feel completely stimulated by everything the whole time. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, for sure. 100% agree. I feel bad. Yesterday, Charles, my business partner, hosted a meditation session that he does every week with just like 10, 20 people, entrepreneurs that just join, and we just sit in silence, and it's amazing. It's beautiful. It's hard. It's really tough, especially right in the middle of the day where you've got, I remember last week I was trying to do it and my wife came in and started taking pictures of me, and like, butt naked Danny walks in like halfway through, like waddling through, and it's distracting, but it makes you realize too, though, that how much stimuli there is. Hey, dude, I was going to share something just on topic about what you just said. It's a little bit of a humble brag, but it's not even. So this is the stats on my channel, which it's starting to kind of show some. But look at the top short.
Oh, really?
Prayer versus meditation. What's the difference? 832 views.
Oh, that's interesting, dude.
Yeah. So. And I just showed you, I do, like, look, even the number 2 one, this is the Uber CTO one, which has been the one that's gone like mega viral for me. And still the thing that you and I talked about last week is like double that in terms of views. Wow. So yeah, so I don't think we should discount, and not that we do. Sorry?
That probably shows what like people really desire to know about sort of spiritual stuff that connects meaning.
I think so. And I thought that was a really interesting thing we talked about, right? This like prayer versus meditation. Because these are the things that I think about, like prayer versus meditation, sharks versus crocodiles. No, I'm kidding. that is one that I think about, though. But you know what I mean? It's like this stuff that reaches for truth, for meaning, for purpose. I think people are really questioning those things, right? Because again, if we go into this like AI, Bitcoin, robotics world, with this sense that we are nothing, that we are less, that we're not worthy, we're gonna get replaced, which is really the vibe, right? If you listen, it's like so much gloom and doom, as opposed to the opposite, which is like
very fear-based sort of
yeah.
country.
Yeah, right. The thing I was gonna say was there's this guy named Tiago Forte, who's kind of like a productivity guru, let's call him. Like he's super big on YouTube. He got me into this idea of second brain. Do you know what second? Have you heard that concept of second brain? So this is a really interesting idea. I think I might have maybe mentioned some of this in the past, or maybe not. But about 3 or 4 years ago, I had this realization that that I do not have a system for recording all of the ideas that come to me, right? So like I needed some system to be able to essentially map out the entire universe of like my thoughts and my interactions and all that, right? And the fundamental problem with that is that like you have, for example, files on your computer, right? And the way most computers work is that it's in this like hierarchy where you have your computer, and then you have folders in your computer, and then inside your folders you have files, right? But then you have all these files, but there's no way to connect the dots between the files. So for example, let's say you had an idea 3 years ago about a song that you wanted to write as a part 2 to that one that got 100 million views, and you had like first half of the song, but then 3 weeks ago maybe you wrote the second half of that song, but you completely forgot that you'd written the first half, right? Like, because you're a human, how do you connect the dots between those two moments in your life? Well, one of the ways to do that is to use a tool, right? Almost like a mind mapping tool. So there's two that I'm very aware of. One is Roam Research, which is the one that I've been using like religiously, and then the other one is Obsidian. So what you're seeing right now is my second brain. And if you see here, I can glide here. See, look, Uno coin. Well, that's a node. Why? Because Uno, or is it Uno coin? Yeah, or I don't even know if that's Uno coin. But see here, these are all the different nodes that I've been taking throughout the last few years, and I can see the connectivity between each of them. Does that make sense?
How does it connect it? Do you have to connect it, or it like works it out?
Good question. Good question. So it's just like this. So when you open up Roam in the morning, you just see like the date and then a bullet point, and you just start typing. That's it.
Okay.
Now, every time you come across a word that is like an idea, like a larger idea, for example, Miles, right? Miles is a big idea because I'm doing a podcast with Miles. Miles is a friend. I might be doing business relationships with Miles. There's like all these different things, right, that connect to the word Miles. So all I would do is I would put 2 double square brackets around Miles, just like click, and it's just like 2 double brackets. But as soon as I put 2 double brackets around the word Miles, Roam or Obsidian creates a page for Miles. And now every time I put those 2 brackets around Miles, all these Miles are now connecting. Does that make sense? Like so there's no such idea of like files and folders and where things get tucked and like hidden and you can't find them. Everything is just essentially, it's more like how the internet works, and it's more like how your brain works, which is just like a network. And the way you create the network is simply by putting double brackets around a word that you want to put emphasis on or create a page around, right? So it might be like Sunny Ray Show, boom, double bracket, or whatever, big ideas, right? Our growth stack or whatever, double brackets. Anything that's like a bit important or that I might want to come back to or I might want to connect, I just put double brackets. So why am I bringing this up? Well, there's been a lot of developments. Like just over the last week, you are now able to essentially marry these graphs, these knowledge graphs with AI. So I've seen examples of people connecting into OpenClaw. I've seen examples of people connecting to ClaudeBot. But long story short, when you start now marrying AI with your kind of your second brain, magic starts to happen because AI can start finding patterns and can start making connections that you simply couldn't find. Maybe I'll stop there. I feel like I'm going on a rant again, but
I'm just checking out.
Yeah, Obsidian. Obsidian's free, by the way, Miles. You can download it. The files sit on your computer, but it is, like I said, like where do you write things down when you have a good idea? Most people will say, oh, a pen and paper, or oh, I use Apple Notes. Oh, I whip up a Google Doc. Well, guess what? And by definition, you don't have a system and your shit's all over the place, and good luck trying to find like connections and patterns.
Yeah.
You have to you have to have one place where you kind of like is a repository for all of the, and so for me, Rome has become that. Mind you, I have switched gears a little bit. I started using a new tool now for all my calls, which I told you about, called Granola, which is even like more next level, because it's like it's got, you know, transcription and note summary and all this crazy stuff to it. But like I said, Rome is really like my second brain. It's kind of where I go to when I want to do journaling, or if I'm taking notes or whatever. I got some problem I need to think through. I always go to Rome. But now, like I said, I'm starting to kind of marry Rome with everything else. Oh, I remember why I brought this up. So Tiago Santos is somebody who has popularized this idea of the second brain. I think he even has a book called The Second Brain. And I saw a tweet by him this week, and he was like, because of AI, I have more free time. I spend more time with my wife. I go for more walks. I spend more time with my children. Like, I am simply able to accomplish everything I wanted to accomplish in a fraction of the time. And I was like, hell yeah. So you have like maybe the top productivity guru in the world, or on YouTube, going on blast about how AI is enabling him to have more free time to do the things he wants to do. That's sexy. That's fun. That's cool. Versus the, you know, what is it called? The hustle culture, oh, now we got AI. Now I can work 100 times harder. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh no, but you're muted, I think.
Oh, I would like to know from him, like, so when you do that, do you not adjust your to-do list for that time? Because what I find is, if I think, I've got to write these emails, I still haven't adjusted to AI writing an email for me yet. So I think it's going to take me like an hour to write those 5 emails, and then it takes me 10 minutes. So then I just get on to the next thing on my to-do list. I don't get up and then just go and hang out with the kids for 50 minutes. So I would like to ask him, like, so I just want to know, like, what is it you actually do? Because it feels like it can just make you do more stuff. Or do you just decide, no, this is how much I'm doing today, I'm not going to try and do tomorrow's work as well? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I assume... So, I mean, again, I think Claude Code and all these new tools that are like literally just coming to market as we speak are what's affecting a lot of these things. But that's a good question. I mean, like, I guess what's stopping you from doing tomorrow's work today? I don't know. I assume he just has certain systems and processes, and he has a team, and he has certain action items he wants to get through on any given day. And maybe he's just like, you know, he's able to barrel through them in, you know, a fraction of the time. Like, dude, these tools, bro, they can essentially do anything that a human can do. Like what a personal assistant can do, they can do. Like, I'm talking, take control of your browser. Like, you can literally give Claude Code, be like, hey, log into this account, fix up my LinkedIn. And it'll go and be like, oh, like, and it'll make your LinkedIn amazing. Like, what? Yeah. Weird shit. So I don't know exactly how Tiago's using it, but I just heard him like on a short or something say, hey, I've actually got more time in my life. And just the fact that AI and productivity is leading. Oh, I did an interview last week. Peterman, I think his name was. And he had a burnout. Like, I think he was saying 3 or 4 years ago, he just worked himself silly, and he just started becoming less productive. His brain was always cloudy because he wouldn't be sleeping and all this. And he now just chooses to take a 3-day, you know, weekend. And he's like, my goal is to move it to like a 4-day weekend and a 3-day work week. And I was just like, fuck yeah. Like, that's like, I like that. Like, more time to work out, more time to spend with your kids, more time to meditate, to pray, to sing, to spend time with friends. Like that's a future I can get excited about, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyways, yeah. So I love this 10x productivity, but I also like coupling it with less hustle, less grind, like more effortlessness, more just attraction as opposed to, just stressing.
Yeah, I'm into it, man.
So we got 10 minutes left. We got the third section, meaning, oh,
No.
China's robots did kung fu on live TV. People are still talking about that one. That's
Yeah.
bro. And I heard Amazon is now selling a humanoid. They're selling the Unitree
Oh,
dog for a couple grand,
should we search
and
that
they're
up?
selling the humanoid for I think 13 grand or something, which is pretty wild.
Shopping.
So that's definitely I don't know. That'd be fun.
There's one here on Amazon for £20,000. I mean, I don't know. I still feel like we're probably a little bit away from that yet, aren't we?
Are we just waiting for Elon to really come out with something really useful?
I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing. That Unitree bot, when I was in the Valley last year, I saw them everywhere. Like they are, and dude, China, right? China's pretty next level. Like, I mean, I can hate on them and stuff and communism and blah blah blah, but it's like they are the manufacturing hub of the world, right? And so I've heard there are cities in China that are just all about the humanoid life, and and I love Elon, and I'm definitely a fanboy, and I drive a Tesla and this and that, but yeah, I mean, but China's crazy. Like even Elon says himself, like they are.
Even my dentist in Malaysia, when we were there, I mean, super cool. I'm going to go see him again when we get back. But he's Chinese descent, like Chinese Malaysian. He's probably third generation Chinese. But he goes to China for like dental conferences and to buy like equipment for his like clinic and stuff. And I was messaging him because he said, "Oh, like I'm in China for a few days for a dental conference." And I said, "Cool, bro. Like, just tell me, is China ahead in terms of dental products compared to the US or Europe?" And he said, 100%, like way ahead. Like I wouldn't buy anything from Europe, or I was like, well, like Germany or something like that. He said, no, like Germany still do some good stuff, like really quality old things that you need. Like if you want like a really nice dental chair, then you would get that from Germany if you want the most expensive, most comfortable one. But China makes some nice ones. But he said, I'm talking about technology to be able to operate on people's teeth in the best, most efficient, cleanest, fastest, pain-free way possible. He's like, China, all the way. He said, I wouldn't buy anything from Europe. I was like, whoa, wow. It's really moved from China are unbelievable at copying stuff to China actually ahead. So really, they're going to be ahead in a bunch of other things as well. I don't really want them to be, because you want them to be behind in military defense stuff, right? Because I kind of, when people, so like my in-laws maybe complaining about Donald Trump and it triggers them, I'm like, who do you want in charge, really? If you had a choice, do you really want China to come and like be in charge and just enforce communism and like the nanny state on us? Or would you rather Donald Trump be running things? Be honest, because I feel like there is a bit of a choice going on. And so, and I think that is the thing that most plebs don't realize, that China are pulling ahead in a lot of things, including dental products.
Yeah. I used to, I used to go on blast about Bitcoin. Obviously, I still do all the time. I used to go on blast about Trump before he was voted in, and then during the 4 years where he was scammed of his presidential, rightful position and all that stuff. But I find when we're winning, I have zero desire to like defend my position. Like when Bitcoin is at the top of the world, or kind of when Trump is the president, it's like, dude, you can whine all you want. Like, good luck with that type of thing. And I just don't have time for it anymore, because I'm not. To me, it's less interesting to try and convince people of something that already is. It's like, if you can't accept reality, I'm not going to be the one that's going to push you over the edge. Like you need to do some soul searching here. And it works the other way too, right? Like sometimes the world gets into a place where it's completely the opposite of the way I see it. And those are times where I get sucked in, and I'm really working hard on myself to not get sucked in. Like right now, I feel the world's kind of in my, like, it's the way that I like it to be, if that makes sense. Like it's kind of in line with my worldview, and I'm but when things kind of go the other way, I have a tendency to get sucked into that energy, and I'm gonna hopefully not let that happen. Alibaba launched RinBrain, don't care. Tesla Optimus Gen 3 hands revealed. Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I pay a lot of attention to hands. Like robot hands are not easy to build. 50 actuators, 4.5x increase in 2 years. So one thing that Elon says that, again, he's just got a way of capturing people's imagination, which I think is super cool and admirable. But he was saying how in a few years, he thinks that we'll have like, a billion or whatever it is, humanoids. And he says that each of these humanoids will be able to perform surgery better than the best brain surgeon in the world.
Yeah.
So now imagine like the type of access that anybody and everybody will be able to get.
Amazing.
So yeah, so I don't know if you and I have talked much about like this idea of longevity. Maybe we can touch on it in one of our future, podcasts. But that's another area where I haven't personally like gone deep into it, but I can see myself in the next, let's say, 3 to 5 years as other challenges start to, subside and, financially and health and everything else is kind of in place. I could see myself going kind of like all in on longevity and being like, okay, I'm going to be a part of the movement that reverses the aging cycle. Like, how cool would that be? Stuff like that. Yeah, and I think AI and all this stuff will play a big part in seeing that through.
Yeah. Dude, I'm on that. Like I said that to Bex quite a long time ago. Like I'm going to live to 140 or something.
Yeah.
You have to. You mostly, when you ask someone how old do you think you're going to live to, they pretty much say if their dad has passed away or their granddad has passed away, they pretty much say the age that their dad or granddad passed away. That's most people's goals psychologically, but their granddad would never have said that they're going to live till 90 because there's no way their granddad thought they were going to live till they're 90 because they would have said 60 because that's when most people died when they were kids. So we need to then like increase the number because I think it does help if you are focused on a different number, and it also helps you have that Bitcoin mindset. That's like the anti-fiat mindset of like having a low time preference rather than a high time preference where you're just like burn it now, eat whatever, do no exercise, just chill. Like it actually helps you think I'm going to live till 140. The only thing is you have to get your wife on board with it because my wife said to me, I don't really want to live till I'm 140. And I was like, all right, what am I going to do for like 50 years after you die or something? She was like, I don't know. You could have like a whole nother life and a whole nother family and like do so. I was like, no, I want you to live that long as well. She was like, no, I don't want to live till 140. So I'm still working on her. There's no point in me living that long if she's not going to be living that long as well.
Yeah, no, let's hope to get her to come around on this one because, it'd be nice to have both of you guys around for a while. I interviewed another person maybe 2 weeks ago, Rahul Mehendale. He runs a company called live150.ai. I think it's their website.
Yeah.
And his whole thesis, he's like a super genius guy or whatever. I think Harvard, this, that. And his thesis was that like their whole mission for their company is to help us live to 150. And he believes that if we make it to 150, then you live forever. Because by the time we're all 150, which is what, like 75 years from now, or sorry, no, what am I saying? That's like that's over 100 years from now. If it's from doing the math right? Yeah. Because I'm less than 50. Okay, so that's 100 years from now. So his whole thesis is that 100 years from now, if you can live for another 100 years, the technology, the biotech, the nanotech will be in place such that we will be able to live forever. It's this idea called escape velocity. Like longevity escape velocity. I think Aubrey de Grey was the guy with the big beard was the one who made it super famous. Have you heard of this idea?
Yeah. I think because I read the Peter Attia book, the Outlive Peter Attia, and that gets you super pumped for like being healthy and living a long time. Yeah.
So people can look that up. Escape velocity. I don't know, longevity, escape velocity, or something. But yeah, man. So I don't know. I'm excited more than ever about the future. I, obviously tread carefully and be cautious. Don't give AI full control of your computer, obviously, just yet. And yeah, I don't know. Just keep building. I guess that's all I can say.
Yeah, man. Right.
Should we bring this one to a close or what?
Yeah, I'm going to take my kids to get their hair cut in a minute. Just we'll go to the barbershop.
Awesome, man. Well, enjoy your time with them. Yeah, and yeah, always a pleasure, man. I love our sessions. They're always so much fun.
I love it, bro.
Cool. It's like zero stress and 100% fun. So
yeah, I love it, dude.
All right, bro, we'll talk soon then. Okay, thank you. Wow, we have 33 people are watching. That's crazy. Thank you, everybody, for checking in. Really appreciate it. Yeah, until next time. Bye-bye.
See you, bro.
Later.